Hi, welcome to Elizabeth Reads. Today is December 18th, and so we are opening up our Usborne Advent Calendar to find out what is behind door number 18. It's a very pretty gingerbread house. And here we have the princess and the pea. Do you guys know this story? Let's read it together. Prince Percy loved adventures. The scarier, the better. Nothing was more exciting than fighting dragons or finding treasure, but then he rode home alone. Even the bravest princes get lonely sometimes. So Prince Percy went to his parents. "I want to get married," he said. "Be careful," they warned him. "You'll be miserable unless you marry a real princess. Someone who loves you for you, not for your treasure." The question is, how can you tell if you found a real princess? Why, you ask the cleverest inventors in the kingdom to help. The inventors worked under swirling, curling clouds of smoke. Potions bubbled and lights twinkled as they tinkered away. Eventually, one jumped up. "Eureka! I've got it!" The inventor took Percy to the biggest, grandest, tallest room in the palace and stood by an enormous white sheet. The sheet was pulled back to reveal a bed. A very tall bed with a tottering, teetering tower of mattresses. "Nothing escapes the notice of a real princess," explained the inventor. "If she can feel something tiny, like this little pea." Through all these pillow-soft mattresses, she will pass the real princess test. From Titicaca to Timbuktu, every princess in the world was invited to take the test. The king and queen sent their fastest messengers to seek them out. They looked on the princess map. Within days, carriage after carriage pulled up. The palace became very lively indeed as it filled with princesses. The princesses pranced and they danced, they laughed and they larked, but they didn't seem very interested in Percy. One by one, the princesses took the test, and one by one, they slept right through the night. When they woke up, no one mentioned a pea. So one by one, Percy sent them away until the palace was quiet again. The following night, during a thundering storm, Percy heard a on the door. Out of the rain stepped a shivering stranger. "May I shelter here tonight?" she pleaded. "Of course," Percy said to the dripping wet girl. "My palace is always open to those in need." They sat by the toasty warm fire, sharing adventure stories until Percy could not keep his eyes open. The next morning, Percy woke up beside the dying fire, alone. But then the girl walked in. "Good morning, sleepyhead," she said. "Where have you been?" Percy asked. "After you fell asleep, I looked for a bed, and I found one as tall as a house." "And how did you sleep?" whispered Percy. "Well, the bed looked so soft," she yawned, "but I just couldn't get comfortable." Percy gasped. "Oh, are you a real princess?" "How did you know?" she gulped. Percy took her to see the pea, explaining the inventor's test on the way. The girl laughed. "You've been seeking your real princess? Well, I've been seeking my perfect prince. I promised to marry any prince who is kind enough to take in a stranger. I've walked from palace to palace. You are the only one who let me in." They married to the sound of bells and birdsong, and so began the rest of their blissfully happy and adventurous life together. Years later, they opened a grand museum for the trinkets and treasures they had found, and at its heart, they placed their lucky pea under a crystal dome. It may still be there today. The end. I hope you've enjoyed reading The Princess and the Pea with me. Subscribe and you will be able to be the first to know when December 19th book comes out. Bye-bye.